Today is Fortnite's 6th birthday, and it's time to celebrate. Epic Games has added a couple of challenges into the game that'll give you some limited time cosmetics, but overall this update isn't that significant, besides a couple new augments. In particular, one that brings the balloons back into the game. In the spirit of the season, I wanted to give a gift to you. I'm gonna give you my strategy that I've been using to get very easy wins this season. I'm talking 1 in every 5-7 games. I'm getting a solo victory royale here. I'm gonna show you where to drop, how to take over the vaults, where to rotate, how to fight, and of course, what you should be doing in the end game to ensure that you're getting this victory royale. If you want to see more Fortnite tip videos on this channel, be sure to drop a like and comment down below, happy birthday Fortnite. My special landing spot is the castle to the east of Eclipse Estates, and there's a few reasons for this. Oh, I love that glitch. Not only does this spot have a decent amount of loot, this building acts as the barrier between the estate and everyone else landing around it. So sometimes I choose to go into the estate, but sometimes I patrol the zone, picking up easy kills, but in this particular game, we're going right for the vault. I start tagging this guy with my AR, and he runs towards the vault location, and unfortunately, because I don't have full health or full shield, I can't pursue. Be very wary about entering the vault POIs without full health, because even if you don't run into a player, the NPCs in these locations can laser you pretty fast. Well, I need health. I can't cross that guy. I was hoping to AR tag him to death, but he moved away. We're gonna go in there, and we're gonna bring some devastation. We finally make it to the estates and the alarm barely starts to go off. Truthfully, I was expecting them to get the vault much sooner. My theory on the vault is that you want to be the guy who takes out the guy who takes the vault. You don't want to be the guy taking the vault. Now, because I was still on the top floor when the vault was opened, I decided to wait on the south side of this POI. There's really nowhere else to go if you want to join the rest of the game. Most people are just going to cross over the bridge. And of course, I found the last 2 players who dropped here fighting it out.
Very nice, baby. That's C4 coming in clutch.
Knowing that Eclipse Estate is now empty, I head south towards the radar antenna, because having radar in late game, especially during moving circles, is definitely going to help you win. But I do make sure to run the rim of the jungle to see if I can find any players lacking. Like all the gold I have right now, pretty much. I honestly got a little distracted by this time cache and got caught up in a couple more fights. However, in general, it's pretty important that you aggro fights that are further out of the center of circle and more in your area. You want to have the mentality of patrolling a zone. So if you get in a really bad fight, you have places that you can retreat to that you know are going to be safe because you've already cleared them out. But time cache is never a bad play. If you can't get the radar, at the very least, you can get the slurp juice. Let's keep pushing towards this fight. Oh my god. When your feet, your little toesies get stuck on stuff in this game, bro. At this point, someone has already taken antenna, so I stick to my game plan of patrolling the northwest zone, and I make sure to push every fight I hear to catch my opponents as off guard as possible. These are bots for sure. %. Now, the benefit of having stayed in the northwest zone is that we have access to the exotic Maven in late game. We're gonna buy it. We're gonna go ahead and buy it. You can't plan for this strategy every game as it costs 800 gold, but the exotic Maven is definitely the best shotgun of all the unperked shotguns. The only thing that really competes is the charged shotgun with the first shot perk. I was fortunate enough to have a supercharged truck, but sadly I lost it in the water, and this is a big part that I don't like personally about the jungle zones. There's too many gullies and ditches and quarries, and it's very easy to get caught downhill from someone, or at the very least lose your resources. But because I lost my truck, I come into endgame pretty late, and I don't have the choice of the power positions. I'm scouting a bit, trying to see if I spot anyone, but I end up taking major damage from the person who has the true power position. So I hunker down and hold out for a circle, maybe two.
Terrible spot, bro. It's because my truck.
The moving circle pulls past the power position, so I make my play early to get there and hopefully maintain zone. But I hear a fight already going down, and unfortunately I don't reach it before it's over. So I actually double back to the barn to load up on supplies. This allows me to load up on movement items, and as you'll see, the game-winning item for me, the C4. However, for some reason I don't grab any healing items, which puts me in a pretty dire position in a top 3 situation.
If these guys fight, I win. If I fight, I lose. Really that simple.
My prediction became more of a battle mission, as I was forced to move pretty far for this final circle, and my only way to survive was forcing my enemies into a 1v1, which I did by using the C4 from the air off of the shockwave. Shockwaves in general combined very well with most equipments, but on this day, it brought me the victory royale.
Yes, baby, let's go! Solo dub! Oh, just had to use the movement correctly. Yes.
In this game, I have no competition in my castle, so I immediately take the zip line over and get in a fight. Notice how I hold these corners and allow my opponent to overextend before going in for the finishing blow.
I don't blame anybody when I fail at stuff. If people don't show up or people don't watch the video, it's because there's no interest or I'm not doing good enough content. It's that simple. Anything else is cope.
Next, I head down to the vault, and note the path I take and try to emulate it, as I think it is the safest path to get down there.
There's actually a word that I've been using lately, and it applies to Fortnite. It's a word from Japan, and it's awakan. Pretty much it means old-fashioned, old hat. It's a turn of phrase. It's a colloquialism, you know? It means someone who likes stuff that's considered old-fashioned, and I'm starting to get the feeling. You know, people were saying Fortnite was dead, but it wasn't really dead. It was still enjoyable, but it's definitely awakan. And honestly, the amount of crossovers in it, it rubs a lot of people, including me, the wrong way. It really just feels like a walking billboard sometimes. And though this season is actually pretty damn good, I think a lot of people are writing it off because Cabby Lame is in the battle pass. That's what my money says. There's just a lot of people who are looking at this game different right now.
Now, unfortunately, my aim was less than crisp, and the Googimon used his rocket ram to attempt to get away. He decides to camp the exit, and combined with his turret, it creates a real situation for me. I also notice on my visual audio that there's an actual player descending into the vault area, a third party, of course.
Oh, he's got the freaking ray gun of all things.
I pause for a second and consider all the variables, utilize my assets, and capitalize as hard as I can on my opportunity.
Oh! Oh!
If timing is everything, I played my timing perfect. I also noticed the Googimon did not take the Vault Boss's Mythic, a huge L on their part.
I'm gonna be so disappointed if he actually left Thorn's thing back here. He did. Wow. That ain't it, son.
Another aspect I like of this drop is the ability to grab a medic NPC. Fairly cheap at only 250 gold.
That's why this is the best spot right here. Not only do you get 2 mythics, you also get the healing NPC.
From here, I head to the time cache because it's really close and pick up a free snipe.
Wow, dude. That's so unfortunate. I'm sorry, homie. What? He had a gold infiltrator? Holy snap. Let's go.
As the circles got smaller, enemies started to move north and right into me. I wasn't able to move much from my initial drop spot and actually got in a positioning battle with an enemy who had a sniper. Very dangerous in the current season.
That was a smart reposition for him.
Luckily, Circle decided to pull south, and my enemy decided to move early.
Yeah, I think I spent 2. I just got an all or nothing to play right here.
So we had free reign to focus on our rotation, which was exactly the right play considering somehow we were already in the top 10 scenario.
We're not going to throw, though. We're going to use this island just to get a rotation.
And the best advice I could give you for this point of the game is to remember that things change when you enter top 10. Even if you hit someone with a significant shot from a distance,
that guy's got single-digit health in there, bro. He's 1 or 2 shots.
it's often hard to justify crossing that distance to finish the fight, considering how many resources you're going to use, and also considering that other players are playing more passively, and you're likely to run into their defensive positions and be caught off guard. Better to focus circle and pick enemies off as they run in, which I try to do here, but I hear someone with a car already ahead of me, which forces me to double back right into my enemies. But because of that patrolling mentality, I can retreat to a safe space and get my healing off. I'm able to play the tower for a couple more seconds and reestablish my intel, and thankfully I have my NPC backing me up when I drop down, cause the situation with this player next to me could have gotten really dicey otherwise. RIP to the medic NPC, but that damage forced our opponent to shockwave away, and because he went into the line of sight of the guy on the opposite hill, he was forced to get in a direct fight with him with very little health, giving us the perfect opportunity to jump in for that third-party victory royale.
Let's go, baby! There's your dub! You said it and I made it happen. I made it a crown for you as well. How's that? Mac and cheese lover. I'm holding you to your word, brother man. That dub is worth a sub, is it not?